Salutations, kings and queens. Welcome back to the Electric Leaf. Today I'm making one of my favorite things to eat, and that is bruschetta. Actually, it is pronounced bruschetta, and in Italy they would not consider this dish bruschetta. Okay, because it's traditionally toasted bread drenched in olive oil and blah 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 yada yada. But when we go to restaurants nowadays, you're getting a highly flavored tomato dish that is served with bread. Today, this is my own rendition of it. As you can see, I started with de-seeding about 8 to 10 large Roma tomatoes. Then I'm going to take and dice the tomatoes and put them into a bowl, and then we're going to go ahead and start with the seasoning. So we're going in with some sea salt and then a traditional Italian blend of herbs that you can find in the grocery store fairly easily, and then some cracked black pepper. When it comes to eating plant-based, there is a huge opportunity that you are being called to answer, and that opportunity is called thinking outside of the box, especially when it comes to eating breakfast, plant-based breakfast, okay? Because one thing that I love to do is I love to recreate things in a plant-based way that I used to eat whenever I was a meat eater, but ultimately it usually results in us using a lot of carbohydrates to make a plate aesthetically appear to be something that it is not, and it causes us to eat a lot of carbohydrates unnecessarily, okay? So thinking outside of the box for breakfast and snacks is going to really help us to stay with not only our plant-based goals, but our weight loss goals, okay? Because this will get a little thick, right? All right, but we'll talk about that in a different video. So you see, I've added some diced red onions. I've also added a generous amount of garlic. You can skip it if you are, doing the Dr. Sebi thing. It's perfectly fine. Maybe you can roast some onions and chop them up and use those instead. I'm using also some sun-dried tomatoes. You know that when you cook a tomato in different ways, different methods, it really changes the way that tomatoes taste, and I just love it. So I'm mixing everything in here, drizzling it with a little olive oil, as well as a generous dose of basil. All the basil that was in that pack that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video is what I'm going to put in here. And also, don't be afraid of herbs in a dish like this. Put as many as you want. It really I could have put some sage in here. I could have put some thyme, anything, because those herbs just really help to bring it out. Now those herbs, I accidentally let them get a little bit too cold, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It still worked out in this dish. All right. I'm adding also some onion powder because my goal is to make it very, very flavorful. And you see, now I'm just spooning in some balsamic vinegar. I made a balsamic glaze, but I really I really forgot about it, honestly. Okay, so on to the next. Moving on. I'm adding in some Follow Your Heart Parmesan cheese. That can really be left out. It's not necessary, okay? And like I said, it got smashed for breakfast, family. Breakfast, all right? And I really think that this is a great start for breakfast because it is hydrating with the cucumbers, hydrating with the tomatoes, chelating with the herbs, depending on which herbs that you use, cleansing with the herbs, okay? Digestion, all of that, all right? This is a great start after you've drank your water, all right? After you've drunk your herbal tea. This is a great start. So anyway, if you try this recipe, you try this dish, please tag a sister. And until next time, continue to vibrate, love, and vibrate well. Peace.